Alrighty guys, it looks like for today's video we're going to be doing a quick little deep dive on ADA, XRP and Hbar. So guys, it looks like there could be quite a decent move coming in with a decent returns to the upswing. So we just need to wait until we see that nice little reversal back up to the top. But as we can see right now across all the charts that we are ranging sideways essentially and looking for that next possible move. But the question is, where are we gonna be moving into? So in today's video we'll be starting off with ADA. Seeing as I haven't covered ADA for the longest, it just makes sense for me to start off with that. So it's the return of ADA. Right, so firstly, it looks like we could be heading way back down, potentially into this level over here, because just by looking at this area here, that we've been going for the sideways for a little while before making that nice move to the upside. So that means this area, which we've broken up from, becomes the support. There's still quite a lot of liquidity in this area here. Not only that, but also if you look at this just total green candles going up, which means eventually we should be coming back down to retest this level. So fast forward into the present time, it looks like we have almost completed this move. But have we really completed it? Not quite, because we still need to come down to the area. You could argue to say that this red candle over here, sorry, let me just zoom in a bit more. We could argue to say that we've actually wicked in to move back up. Normally that is a pretty decent sign for a push to the upside when we see wicks coming in. However, that could just be a liquidity grab into this area over here because we've got so much liquidity, or otherwise it looks like we could even be going much further to the downside. Firstly guys, I'd like to apologize for the noise in the background, only because while I live in central London, it's just noise all over the gaff. So with that said, as we can see right now, we did print this green candle over here, but we are on a verge of either going down or up. So we just need to see how we actually react within this zone right here. From here, as well as right from there. Normally, me as a breakout trader, I tend to wait until we make this move where we either poke out from the below. I'll be looking to trade from there to there, and if that was to play out, the potential returns on that trade could be anywhere between 14 to 18, 19, let's say 14 to 17% move to the downside. Otherwise, the move that I'll be looking forward to is a move to the upside. Reason why? Because once we do break up from here, our next target should be up there, which should give us an easy 23% move to the upside. And the reason why for that, guys, is quite simple. Firstly, we have this invalidation over here, printing just a red candles. So that means once we do break above this level, that's a good entry to retest back to that level. Once we do so, that means structurally with ADA, we should be then on the upper end of the charts, retesting this horizontal, retesting this levels up here, which means once we do break up from there, we should in no time be heading back up to the 74-cent marker and beyond. Until such an event happens, then I'm not gonna touch ADA at all for my intraday trading account until I see a break from the below or to the upside. So you have a much larger percentage gain in trade for the move to the upside because of all the invalidation. Otherwise, if we come back down to this region here, guys, this would be an amazing area for reaccumulation, because just by looking to the left, then to the right, then we'll step it up, then it's all right. It's a classic tune from the British charts back in the 90s. Anyway, I won't sing because I can't sing to save my life. this would be a beautiful area to reaccumulate, because once we do come back down to this range here, we could be seeking a roughly around about 68% move to the upside for ADA, Cardano. And then once we do bounce away from there to reach back up there, that's an easy over 100% move to the swing. But we're not in it for that only 1x, because I reckon we can easily hit back to around about $3 mark and even higher. The next video on ADA will be talking about the predictions, but I'm sure we're all here to see what's going to happen next for Cardano, depending if you are a hodler or whether you are an intraday trader. Guys, I mentioned that in the comments area. Otherwise, let's swiftly, well, before we move over to XRP, I've just given you a bullish case scenario and also a bearish case scenario. So the short-term bears with me is coming back to retest this level over here for a further 14-70% move to the downside, but it's perfect accumulation phase over here. Otherwise, if you do burst our way up from here back to the top, that's easy over 20% move to the upside. And once we hold there, let's see how we react on this level there before we retest there and ultimately get back up to around about 74-76 cents to the upside. And let's move on to XRP. And for the XRP, guys, just like the rest of the market, has been dropping down. But with XRP, it's slightly different. Reason why? Because if I pull out the larger rectangular box over here, we can see that we've in fact wicked well below over here. And if I was to zoom in a little, actually I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me just do a widescreen, and on the widescreen you will see that we've in fact wicked even much lower. So if I was to zoom out slightly, we can see multiple like large wicks over here, there. These are the liquidity grabs over there. So that means potentially that would have been the second level of support that we had already retested. And guys, this level over here is still pretty well valid. Reason why? Because if let me just grab it first. Even if we do, let's say for example, wicked here so many times, that could be a area. Oh, let me just do it properly. Oh wow, look at that. We've in fact wicked even further down. See these two larger wicks? Oh my gosh. So hopefully that'll be the end of that move of wicking much further to the downside. But if we do come back down, guys, so this will be the next level of area for support, and that will be roughly around about between 41 to 44 cent mark. So if we do break below here, this will be the next level, key level that we're looking at. Otherwise, breakdown from here could mean a further capitulation of around about 38 to 35 cents for each XRP. So that's your bearish case scenario for XRP. However, if we look structurally for XRP, that we've in fact been going slowly staircasing our way up, but it's only about this point here where the chart is looking like it's kind of pointing and rotating to the downside. This area, these two areas here are a must. As long as we stay above you guys, I don't see why we can't come back up to the level of 63-62 cent mark. Let's zoom out of the chart so we can work out exactly what is the percentage in this potential trade if we do target back up to this level. So if we're targeting it back up to this level from the current price or within this box over here, we could be looking for a roughly around about 24% move to the upside. To be a bit more accurate, why don't we just do something like this and move across? Yep, around about 25% move to the upside. Not too shabby if you ask me. But once we do hit into that region, as you can tell guys, we will be at the upper end of the chart and we should be bouncing anywhere across the region over here, which means that imminently we should be able to then test this level here of around about 75 cents once we do touch or break above this level from this trade. So I'll give you the bear scenario where we could go down to around about 30 odd cents, but in a bullish case scenario we should be able to retest back up to 62 3 cents mark before ultimately come back up to 73 cents. And until we reach these sort of areas, I will then do like another video to keep you posted on what's going on with XRP. So finally, let's head over to Hbar. Hbar has been, I don't know, it's been kind of dormant. I would like to see a lot more movement coming in for Hbar, but instead we saw this lovely rally from here. What am I doing? This lovely rally from here going all the way back up to in this region up there. So we've gone up, high, 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 low, high, 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 and we continue to make our way to the top. However, zooming in a little, since we reached the areas of between 13-14 cent mark, we then pull back into the zone over here, ultimately start capitulating on the way down thanks to BTC crashing. It then crashed the market back down, as we can see over here to the left that we got a clear invalidation over here. So ultimately we were going to fill this area, and we're currently retesting in this zone there. Now let's pull out the rectangular box so you can see for yourself. In fact, we can go as further back over here to draw a larger rectangular box, and that's a quite valid area for a support on the daily chart. So we had wicked back down into this level, as we can see by both of these candles. So candle wick, and we've actually imprinted a candle also, actually, hang on a second, down below here. Okay, so this could be a decision time for Hbar. If we do pull back, at least back into this level over here, just going to work out what is the percent move to this level there. Let's pull out the measuring tool. So from here to there, we could be looking at, it's not too bad actually, only about 11% move to the downside. So if you're happy building a lot more Hbar tokens over here. However, if we were to move to the upside and break above here, that means we could quite easily hit roughly around about 29 to 30% move to the upside. So if you're intraday traders, guys, this would be a perfect setup that I would wait until we do in fact break well above, or at least break above this level there, hit an entry for a target of top of that move, which would be up here, and that would give you a nice 29 or 30% move to the upside right there. Right guys, I'll give you a bear scenario where we do come back down here, or we can continue to go back up. Mind you guys, this is not so much of a bearish scenario. The bearish scenario would be if we do capitulate further down from the support, which means ultimately we can see this original move that pumped the price up. We could be hitting our way right back down to that 5 cent mark. But anyway guys, what do you reckon? Do we reckon Hbar will crash down to the 5 cent mark, or can we at least hit that all important 13 cents and to be moving to the upside? And what is your prediction for XRP? Do you reckon XRP will be holding its level, or do you reckon we can actually hit that 72, 73 cent, or are we going to crash back down to that region of 43 to 35 cents? And lastly, with Cardano was one of the biggest winners for me in that last bull season, where I made huge gains, but ultimately we could see Cardano crashing back down into that region of between 38 to 36 cent mark, or we could be pushing back up to that 76 mark. This is a cryptocurrency. End of the day, guys, we need to be trading carefully. Do not over leverage, just trade carefully. And on top of that, if you do find my content so useful and informative, guys, do me a favor, give me a like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you'll be updated with all my latest content. And if you haven't done so already, you may subscribe to me right over here. If you haven't checked out my last two videos, go check it out there, and I'll see you all in the next one.